It's a Tuesday in September. There's nothing better to do today than bet on MLB baseball. And today I've got you covered. We're going to be going over every single game today on the slate in the MLB. Home runs, money lines, strikeouts, you name it. We're going to be covering all of it because that's all there is to focus on today. Lock in, drop a subscription, a like, and a comment, and let's get on into it. As we jump in, I do want to just recap really quickly the NFL. Holy smokes, what a start to week one. I preached it all week long saying the only real place I feel comfortable giving any sort of edge with this system is on moneyline / spreads for the NFL. Not player props, not totals, moneylines and spreads. This right here was the week one projection scores on rudebets.com with all the projected spreads. If you were to have followed these on every single game this week and looked at what the projected spread was and then just took the side that aligned with, this is what you'd have ended up with right here. A 69% win rate, 11 wins, 5 losses across the entire NFL slate on rudebets.com. You will not find a website better than this. If you are serious about betting on the NFL this year, who's got a 69% win rate against the spread in the NFL week one that anybody can use? All right here. It's all been live on this. There's no fabrications of this. This has been live the entire week. Look at this website and find it. Chargers +3, Jags -3, Browns +5.5, Raiders +2.5, Colts as a pick'em, Commanders -6, Jets +3, Buccaneers +1.5, Rams -3, Bills +1.5, Vikings -1.5. All one. Insane. 69% win rate. 11-5. So, yeah. It's going to be a good year. It's going to be a good year in the NFL. I'm very excited for it. At the bottom of the screen, we do have rolling across the screen the home run play that I'm taking today. I got to warn y'all, it's September. Weather's starting to cool off. You've probably noticed a ton of games are no longer going to be having a bunch of home runs, right? You probably have noticed that home runs have gone down over the last few weeks. Temperatures are dropping. Humidity levels are dropping. That means home run weather is kind of going away. The best time for home runs in the MLB is the humid, hot months of July, late June, early August, when there's high humidity and hot weather for that ball to fly. So now that the weather's starting to cool off, you're going to see a lot less home runs than normal, especially in cold weather cities like Chicago, things like that, right? So we're going to try one out today with Schwarber, Cal Raleigh, Nick Kurtz, 30% boost, get us to about plus 6,000 odds. We can't do the 1 to 1,000 anymore because, well, 1, the odds are cooked, and 2, it's very rare we get boosts, so we have to use them on plays that I'm a lot more confident in. So, anyways, today we got 15 games to go over. I'm anticipating, once again, like I kind of just talked about, I'm anticipating we're going to see a little bit of a rough day for home runs. We'll see. We will see. But I'm anticipating it to go that way. But let's go ahead. Let's jump into the first game of the day here. Pirates-Orioles. Mike Burrows going up against Kyle Bradish. This is an interesting one. All right. I don't think there's really a ton of value on the money line here. Plus 130 for the Pirates. Minus 150 for the Orioles. Probably not. What will be interesting here, though, is Kyle Bradish. Taking a look at Kyle Bradish here is a bit interesting. If you're on rudebets.com and if you're not on rudebets.com, come sign up. 25% off. Code RUDE. Any subscription package you want. But if you click on Kyle Bradish's name here in the simulator, we're going to get some stats about him. We're also going to get his simulation, but we're going to get some stats here in an interesting way. His strikeout line is 6.5 at plus money against a team that strikes out the 8th most in the league. They strike out almost 9 times per game. And he strikes out, this is a stupid number. I know I think he's only played 2 games. He's only pitched 2 games this year. But this is a ridiculous number. 40% strikeout rate. Pretty much every other batter that he sees, he strikes out. So far. So, if he can go a little deep into the game here, if he can go, he's been going 5 innings per game. We have him going about just over 5 innings here. Yeah, I like him over 6.5 at plus money today on strikeouts. I think that's a pretty solid play here. -7% weather for home runs. Is his home run rate high? Yeah, his home run rate is high. Bradish has given up some homers here at 5% of batters. That is a little high. But, it's the Pirates. They don't really have many sluggers on this team. I'm not afraid of anybody hitting a home run over there, really. This is a pretty good candidate for a no-home run game. Mike Burrows, yeah, he's average. Literally the exact average, down to the decimal. Orioles don't really scare me for home runs today either. So, it's a pretty good no-home run candidate for me today. Yeah. No home runs and Kyle Bradish strikeouts really seem to be the play in that one. Game 2, Royals-Guardians. Royals-Guardians here. -15% ballpark factor. Once again, like I said, that home run weather is going away. It is going away. It's fading fast. So you're going to see a lot of negative ballpark factors probably. Royals as a dog here, plus 100. Noah Cameron going up against Joey Cantillo. 2 lefties. Ay. Another no home run game. So let's just take note of these games really quick. We have the first 2 for no home run. So take note of this, because these could be honestly better plays than taking a home run parlay. Noah Cameron's home run rate this year for a lefty, 3%. Okay, it's about average. Joey Cantillo's home run rate for a lefty, 2.5, a little bit better than average. Power numbers for lefty versus lefties, though, for both of these teams are pretty atrocious. So there's not really going to be any player props in this one. 7 total runs. This could be a good under candidate. But once again, no home run here. Well, the line is 7.5 for the over-under. But no home run here looks pretty likely. Bobby Witt does hit for a good average here, so if there's any player that you're going to take in this game for props, Bobby Witt's not a terrible option here for going over on his total bases, going over on his hits, runs, and RBIs, but he has no power versus lefties. He has 1 home run on the year in 111 at-bats versus lefties, which is insane. He has a lot of hard hit balls against lefties here in his last 20. Good barrel rate, decent fly ball rate. This is where his 1 home run versus a lefty came, actually, on the year. Been within the last, I guess, week. So, interesting to note. But Bobby Witt's not bad for overall general props, but pretty ugly game. Nats Marlins. Mitchell Parker going up against Adam Mazer. High scoring game here, 10 total runs. -122 is the line for the Marlins. +104 is the line for the Nats. Pretty spot on with what we have here. We have Nats at +109, so you're not going to get a ton of value there. And then at -122, we have the Marlins at -109. You're not going to get a ton of value there either. Cubs and Mets suck. Yeah. One game. Not going to win them all. But Cubs definitely are, Cubs are kind of mentally broken, I think. I think the Nats broke the Cubs. I really do. But total in this game, over 9. Yeah, it's not terrible. I think over 9 runs is definitely in play today. It once again doesn't really look like they're going to get there from home runs. It doesn't really look like they're going to get to those 10 runs from homers today. It looks more like this is going to be a bang it out hits, runs, and RBIs. Look at all these guys for a hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 projected over a hit on the Nats today. Let's look at Mazur's numbers here. Home run rate's normal. Strikeouts are low. Hits are high. Walks are low. Okay. Mazur, yeah, he's a big hits guy. His home runs aren't high. And then Parker, pretty average on the home run side. Strikeouts are low. Hits are high. Yeah, both of these guys just allow a lot of hits. Both of these pitchers just allow a lot of hits compared to league average. So, this is a hits, runs, and RBIs kind of game. Really good pitch mixes here, too. 6.68, Almost a 7, a 7, a 7. Whole top of the order here looks pretty solid for hits today. For hits or hits, runs, and RBIs. So, honestly, pretty interested in this one as potentially a hits, runs, and RBIs play. Smash another 30 on top of 75 already on Vikings through live bet. Halftime and JJ touchdown, Aaron Jones touchdown, and receiving yards. Well, there you go. I made a video yesterday about. Actually, I do want to play this. I want to play this really quickly, just because it was a good. Just because it was a good call. You know, I just really hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second to play this. What the hell? Why is it downloading?
The entire internet is wrong about the outcome of this upcoming Monday Night Football game between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. All across my feed, I keep seeing the same play over and over and over and over, and it's wrong. This past Sunday, my picks against the spread went 10-5 for a 67% correct rate. And tonight, we're going to make that 11-5 on the weekend.
Here it comes.
It's not too late to switch sides. The correct pick in this game is the Minnesota Vikings to beat the Bears by 3.
By 3. How much did they win by last night? Vikings beat the Bears by 3. Vikings to beat the Bears by 3. Yeah, that was a good call. That was a good call. It doesn't always go that way, obviously. It doesn't always happen that way. We're not always going to get that call right. But that's what the model had yesterday. The model cooked all weekend long, so there was no reason for me not to trust it. And, yeah, they won by 3. So, it was a few more points than I expected, but that's fine. Like I said, I wasn't really confident on totals. I was more confident on spreads this weekend. But, Vikings by 3, yeah, that's what I liked. I saw everybody on the Bears yesterday too, which was a good sign. Because the public got smoked this weekend. I don't know why everyone was so high on the Bears. They're not that good. But anyways, Nats, I think you can kind of get away with a lot of hits, runs, and RBIs options here on this team today. I'm not a huge fan of many of the Marlins today. I mean, maybe Hernandez or Lopez, but Game 4, Mets-Phillies. Once again, only a 5% home run weather factor here, so not anything crazy. Pretty average weather. Sean Manaea going up against Ranger Suarez. Manea's got a decent home run rate here, 4% of batters. And you know who mashes left-handed pitching? Kyle Schwarber. He is ice cold. But on the season, 2.36 total bases per hit versus lefties, 19 homers. In his last 20 batted balls, he does have a couple home runs down here on August 28th. But since August 28th, no homers. He has one barrel. It's a triple, though. But on the season, Kyle Schwarber, I mean, these numbers are not good over the last 10, last 5 versus lefties. But overall in the year, with this pitch mix too, fastballs and changeups, I mean, mainly the fastball there, I like Schwarber to get back on track and go deep today. I really do. In this game, I think the Phillies at minus 130 is pretty good value. If there was a game for the Phillies to lose in this series, it was yesterday, in my opinion. It should have been yesterday. It's very rare that you score one run and win the game. You know what I mean? So, the fact that they won yesterday and only scored one run, I feel like the Mets missed their chance. There. Unfortunate. So Phillies money line's not a bad play. I actually don't mind Sean Manaea over 5.5 strikeouts today. Manaea over 5.5 is not a bad play. Phillies don't strike out that much, but his strikeout rate's pretty high at 30%. Lil Papa, pretty much every batter last night was trash. Find me a batter that did well. You know what I mean? I mean, for the most part. At least a batter that was in a good matchup. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There was like 23 homers yesterday, and none of them were anybody you would have ever taken. Maybe people would have taken like a Matt Olson. I doubt it. Outside of that, yesterday, nobody that you would have ever thought of taking for a home run hit a home run yesterday. Patrick Bailey, Gabriel Moreno, Austin Hayes, Dominic Smith, Jung-Hoo Lee, Jacob Marcy, TJ Friedel, Victor Mesa, Michael Hellman. Nobody's taking these guys. Luis Garcia, like, yesterday was god-awful for batters. Holy cow, it was terrible. Nobody did anything. I'd fade the Mets today. I think Sean Manaea strikeouts is the only play on this entire team. I don't mind Phillies on the money line today. I actually do like it. And and Sean Manaea strikeouts. That's it. And Schwarber home run looks good. Harper's not a bad option for a home run today, too. He could be all right. So, they look decent today. I'm much more in on Schwarber, almost double the probability. So, Tigers Yankees. Let's see. Tigers as a dog today. I don't mind that at plus 132. Only issue, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do. Do you do it or do you not do it? I can't decide. I'm gonna say don't do it, unless you really want to. It's a hard one to do because Casey Mize home run rate 3.2. It's not terrible, but against the Yankees, you got lots of home run probabilities here. You got Giancarlo, who I really like today. I think Giancarlo, if he plays, he's a great option for a home run today. That's who I'd be taking in this game. If he gets confirmed, I will have Giancarlo on a slip today. They're just not high enough up here on the. I mean, Will Warren's not that good. Will Warren 24% strikeout rate. That's pretty solid, but no, home run rate's pretty good too. Oh, hit rate's pretty. Okay, Will Warren's actually, yeah, he's better than I was expecting to see. He's better than I was expecting. Yeah, I'd probably stay away from this game on the money line. Only thing I'd really focus here on is Giancarlo. So, Astros, Blue Jays. Interesting. I don't see a whole lot here. Astros. I can't trust this Luis Garcia guy with a small sample size. I just can't. I think this is a fade. With Luis Garcia pitching, this is definitely a fade. There's just not enough. He's another one of these late season call ups. Like there's just not enough there. Yeah, this data is just, I feel like, not good. Not good enough. Cubs Braves. You could run the Cubs back. I don't think a lot of you are going to, though. I don't think a lot of you are gonna trust them to bounce back here. Pretty crazy. Cade Horton going up against Spencer Strider, a team fighting for a playoffs, I guess a division title, going up against a team with absolutely nothing to play for, and it's a minus 108 line with their arguably best pitcher on the mound. It's hard to not take the Cubs today. It's hard to not take Michael Busch today. I understand why people don't want to, but it's hard to not. Michael Busch at plus 450 for a homer today, too. Negative 10% ballpark factor is pretty bad, but man, lots of outs in a row here for him against righties. I think you can take the Cubs today if you want to run them back, man. But I don't want to hear it if they lose. The value's there. They got to win these games. That's the problem. Is the Cubs are in kind of must win. The Cubs are definitely in a must win situation. So, excuse me. So, yeah, you could ride the Cubs today. Once again, probably if Michael Busch doesn't hit a home run here, I don't think anybody does. Could be another no home run opportunity. Although that 20% is a little scary. I don't know that I would do that. There's some other games that were better for the no home run. There's going to be a no home run lay that smacks tonight. There most certainly will be multiple games that there's no home run in today. Neither of these guys look good for strikeouts, though. Yeah, this game is tough. I think you run the Cubs. There's not much to choose from today. I think that's one. You got to pick the spots that are good value, and I think the Cubs are one of them. Ugh. Feel kind of sick saying that, though. Rays White Sox here. White Sox, geez, I like the Rays at minus 138 here. Adrian Hauser going up against Yondris Gomez. Yeah, Rays feel pretty free tonight. 19%, 20% home runs for Caminero and Lowe. Those guys are decent options. Yandy Diaz or any of these guys for hits, runs, RBIs, or total bases. Pretty solid here against Gomez. I would fade the entire White Sox offense. No, we're not taking Colson Montgomery for a home run tonight. I wouldn't do it. Usually we see, I know he's got the highest number here, but usually we see this guy in the 30s, 20s or 30s. So the fact that today we're seeing him in the 16 range, that's bad for him. Tough matchup. Adrian Hauser here, very low home run rate on the year, 1%. Yeah, no. We're not touching Colson today. I'm not touching. We're not touching any of the White Sox. Honestly, just keep it simple. Take your Rays for the money line and carry on. You know what I mean? Brewers, Rangers. Yeah, yesterday this game was an underplay for sure. Today probably is another underplay. 8.5. Yeah, I think you can run back that under. Minus 108, minus 108. There's not really either side on the money line here. Maybe the Rangers yeah, maybe. No, nah, probably not. There's no side here on this money line. It's an underplay. Although Chad Patrick has struggled with the meatballs. Yeah. Lighter. 2% home run rate. Hits about, pretty good actually against hits. Also, shout out the hospital for giving me this giant cup. Shout out the hospital, man. Yeah, this game looks like an under. Here we go. Another, I wanted to say it, no home run candidate, but Chad Patrick gives up so many meatballs lately that it's like, on the year, his numbers are decent because he started out really good, but I'm going to say it. This is another good no home run candidate game. No home run. This is another good no home run candidate. I like Jay Wood running back that under. Twins, Angels. Twins minus 120. I mean, it's fair value. God. September baseball, man. What are we doing? Everything is so tight. Oh, my God. All these lines are just so tight. This is a good home run game, though. Joe Adell, Taylor Ward. The same candidates as usual, but Joe Adell, I think he gets one tonight. The other play I really like in this game besides Joe Adell is I like Zebby Matthews on strikeouts. Plus money for him to go 7+ isn't bad. It is not bad. Joe Adell hit a home run on the 7th. I like Adell to go deep today. On the other side, actually, we got some good options here too. Wallner, I don't know if Buxton's going to play. I don't mind him. Ooh, Wallner almost hit one yesterday. Yeah, I think Wallner, Clemens, or Buxton also are good for home runs today, man. This is a good home run game. But Zebby Matthews on the strikeouts is a really good plus money play. 26% strikeout rate against the number 1 strikeout team in the league. That's a good recipe for me. It's going to be a longevity play. Can he go close to 6 innings today? If he does, he clears that line. So if he can get that 6 innings in, he's easily getting there. This could be a good total game as well. Over 9. Yeah, over 9's not bad in that one. But I expect this one to be pretty high scoring. I like a lot of home run options in this one. You could always pivot any home run guy to hits, runs, and RBIs for the most part. So, yeah, pretty good game here for a few guys. Cardinals, Mariners. There's no value in the money line here. If anything, Cardinals as a dog would be a better play. But Liberatore going up against George Kirby. We don't take any Cardinals batter props. It's just stupid to do that. Number one play here, though, is Cal Raleigh for a home run. He's another guy who's pretty due against lefties here. Hard hit rate, 50%. Only 86 average exit velo. Last 10, those numbers are climbing back up. Last 5, not so great. But last 10, that number's climbed up to 90, 60% hard hit rate, 50% fly ball, 20% barrel. I like those numbers. He does have a home run there. So I think Cal Raleigh goes deep today. I like it. You're getting decent value for it. Still has insane numbers on the year. Insane numbers on the year versus lefties. Liberatore, though, he doesn't really give up home runs, 2.74%. He gives up a lot of hits, though. So I do really like Cal Raleigh today for a home run. Randy's a good option today for hits or general props. So Kirby strikeouts could be okay if we have him at 5.5. Yeah, he has a 5.5 line. I don't hate it. It's a really tough matchup. You got to stay away, I feel like. It's not worth it at minus 150. Does he get 6? Probably, but it's going to be tight, so it's not worth the minus 150. Game 12, Reds, Padres. Padres minus 124, Reds plus. Yeah, Reds as a dog today is not a bad play. Zach Littell going up against Michael King. I don't remember last time King pitched. It has to have been a minute since he last pitched. Has to have been a minute. Littell's not. He's been pretty good since he came over to Cincinnati. He has a high home run rate, but a lot of that's still from when he was at Tampa Bay. He's been pretty good with Cincinnati. They are in San Diego, negative 11% ballpark factor. Once again, tough day for homers. This could be a sneaky good no home run. Let me look at what the odds are on this for no home run. Because given that it is Zach Littell pitching, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a very, the books probably think there's going to be a home run today kind of thing. Like it's going to be maybe they're discounting his line based on his performance in the past, but he's been pretty good. All right, let's look at first home run. Where is this? Quick bets. No, maybe this is first home run type. Plus 600. Yes, exactly. Okay, so this is a juicy one for no home run. This would be a juicy game for no home run because I think they're still relying on Zach Littell's numbers. But numbers have been good recently for him and negative 11% ballpark factor. And San Diego actually has not been hitting that many home runs. Like on the year, they're not that good. Got a few guys you got to work around here, but 14%, 15%, I'll roll the dice on that. I think this is another good no home run candidate game. Reds as a dog's not a bad play today. D-backs, Giants. Let me guess. No home run. Negative 24% ballpark factor. Yeah, another good no home run candidate. We have like 5 good no home run games so far. This is insane. The weather is turning. I'm telling y'all, the weather is turning. Zach Gallen going up against Robbie Ray. The problem here is Zach Gallen is a meatball thrower. Not really. 3.65% is not as bad as I was expecting. You have to get through Devers and Chapman. Devers yesterday, nothing. Chapman did hit one. Honestly, not a bad no home run game. But we got to see what the odds would be here because San Fran ballpark is already hard to hit home runs in. Weather's bad. I'm sure they probably have this one pretty juiced. Probably pretty terrible. Yeah, plus 400 is not bad. Look, you're getting better odds on this than you are for guys to hit a home run, which is crazy. So, could be another good option for no home runs here. Devers does look like he's in a pretty solid matchup today for total bases, though, or hits, runs, and RBIs. Ketel Marte also in a decent spot, but another good no home run game. Red Sox, A's. A's really sucked yesterday. No value on either side of this money line, really. They're both fair, especially the Red Sox, minus 110, minus 106. Yeah, pretty fair value there. Dustin May going up against Jeffrey Springs. This is a good, decent game for home runs. I mean, Romy Gonzalez versus lefties. I really like him for any prop. 1.77 total bases per hit, 336 versus lefties. Last 20, 45% hard hit rate. Last 10, 30% hard hit rate. So he's going down. He's actually trending in the wrong direction. So, but Romy Gonzalez on the year, very, very good numbers against lefties. I think he's a good option today. Potentially he's a long shot for a home run or for total bases / hits, runs, and RBIs. Always a good play here for him against lefties. Trevor Story, also decent today. I mean, maybe more so on the hits, runs, and RBI side. Rob Refsnyder, also pretty solid against lefties on the year. This is kind of his thing. He's 1 for 1 with a homer against Jeffrey Springs. 302 batting average, 1.84 total bases per hit. Tough pitch mix matchup, but his numbers versus lefties over the last 20, you can see right here, 50% hard hit rate, 94 average exit velo. Very good numbers. So, Romy and Rob, I would target these two guys on the Red Sox today for kind of anything you want. On the other side, Nick Kurtz, banger of a home run play today. Nick Kurtz looks like a banger to hit a home run today. Dustin May here, 3.6 home run per total batter faced, so just about average. And Nick Kurtz beats up average pitching, 2.09 total bases per hit, 24 homers versus righties, 93 exit velo, 50% hard hit. Over the last 10, 92, 30% barrel rate. So over his last 5, 98, 60% hard hit, 60% barrel with 2 homers. So Nick Kurtz, ready to go. He's teeing off today. You got a 7-leg 1 to win 15-50s. All no homers. 7 no home runs. What is it? Outside of that, Shea looks pretty solid for a homer. Rooker's okay. Kind of any of these top 3 you could take for anything, really. But Kurtz is definitely my favorite for any prop you could take in this game. Probably my favorite across the board today. And then Rockies, Dodgers. Yeah, you're not going to get any value on this money line. Insane line. Hunter Goodman looks okay for a home run, but he's the only guy I would touch on this team against Emmett Sheehan. Shohei, you're not going to get good value on him. His line's plus 150. But Shohei's in a pretty good spot today to hit a home run. Somehow there were no home runs in this game yesterday. I don't know how, but there were. Today, Shohei, Max Muncy, Teoscar, they all look decent. I think this is one you probably would rather just stack a bunch of guys for hits, runs, and RBIs. Pretty much anybody at the top of the order is going to clear 2 hits, runs, and RBIs on this team. So, Yurfie could be a good play in this one, too. If we look at this leaderboard, I will let you all digest the home run leaderboard here real quick. We got some good options for the heavy hitters today. The big dogs look like they're going to eat. Even Giancarlo and Buxton. These top, yeah. This is a beautiful looking leaderboard here. I like this. Pick a few off this one, and you should be all right. Maybe you have a good chance at least. Yeah. Shohei's odds just aren't good enough, but. And then strikeouts right here. Kyle Bradish, Zebby Matthews, both in the 8s. Pretty decent day. So. Your 7-leg. Raleigh homer, Adele homer, Schwarber homer, Caminero homer, Zebby 7, Brewer under 9.5, Tigers money line. Wow. Pretty solid. I don't mind it. That's pretty sick. That's actually pretty sick. I might throw $1 on that. I like that. There you go, chat. If you're looking for a little 1 to 1,000 play. Lil Papa in the chat provided one for you right there. Raleigh homer, Adele homer, Schwarber homer, Caminero homer, Zebby, 7 strikeouts, Brewer game under 9.5 runs, and Tigers money line. Interesting. Plus 155,000 odds. Dollar pays $15.50. So, pretty cool little play there if y'all want to take that. Yeah, we got some options to dig through here today. We got some options to dig. Stanton, 10 out of 10. Yeah, Stanton's going deep today, man. I'm telling you. Giancarlo's going deep today. So, with that, I will leave y'all with that little tidbit of information that Giancarlo is going deep today. Good luck. This video is getting posted on YouTube. I will catch y'all tomorrow. I'm going to post a lot of videos today, too, on shorts. So, make sure you're following on all the different socials. I'm going to be posting videos today. Good luck. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace out.